What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode of NAS100 analysis today, and we're going to be picking up from where we left off yesterday in yesterday's video, right? So yesterday's video, there's a couple of things that I talked about, and one of them kind of hasn't happened, but it's in range to produce what I thought was going to happen, and that was price heading to this zone right here, which I talked about in yesterday's video. So after you finish watching this one, you can go back and watch that one, which will be in this corner. Obviously it's not here now, but it will be in that corner, and that will be there towards the end of this video. It will show up, so just make sure you go and check that one out. So basically what I was saying was, if price closed above this level, okay, then it's fair to assume it's going to keep pushing up, come back down to this zone for a possible retest. Hence why I marked out this area right here. Okay, so this area at the top is still relevant in regards to the fact that I still believe that price is going to be heading up to this zone, and I'm going to explain why briefly. It may happen, it may not happen. Like I said, I don't have a crystal ball, I can't predict the future, but this is my best guess possible in terms of where I think price may go in the coming days or week, especially with the FOMC coming out this week, right? So FOMC is coming out tomorrow, and non-farm payroll is going to be this Friday. So with those two events coming up, right, there is a few assumptions that I could make in regards to where I think price is going to go, or where price is possibly going to land. All right, and then next week is going to be relatively straightforward in regards to how I trade the markets up until we get to Thursday, where it's going to be all about the CPI report that's going to be coming out, and then I'll then need to decide how I'm going to navigate that one, right? But I definitely want to be in play for the CPI, which is going to be next week Thursday. So let me explain why I think this current price is going to make its way somewhere up here in the next few days. So first things first, let's get rid of all of this because we don't need this anymore, right? These levels, I'm just going to get rid of these price notes for now, and if you do need to know about them, naturally, obviously, you can always go back and check them out later on in the other video, or you can just go back and pause this and grab the details of it that way. Whichever way floats your boat, right? So what is price doing right now? So price has come to this zone right here, and it's now pushed all the way back down. And just like I said yesterday, that price was going to push up, and in fact it didn't actually push up. It didn't actually push up, sorry. It opened at it opened high, right? And then it pushed its way all the way down, then it went up properly, right? So this is it right here. So what am I thinking? Right, so this is the current trajectory of price right now. All right, so we've got a little bit of an uptrend. So according to the MACD, this is a high, and then this is another high. So this is an uptrend to the untrained eye. Okay, but however, this is a low and this is a lower low. So there's a lot of ambiguity in this area right here. Okay, so although it is definitely tradable, you do want to be cautious because you're getting two signals. You're getting one saying is going up, and then there's another saying is going down, right? So essentially we've got this type of pattern appearing right now, right? So which is going something like this, and it's going something like that, right? So you want to be careful in this zone, but it's still tradable. It's still tradable. So I'm going to get rid of this for now, and I am going to extend this. So this is the trend line that I'm thinking about right now, right? And what I basically think, right, in the coming days is, I think, and bearing in mind, this is just an assumption. It doesn't mean this is 100% going to take place, right? It's just what I think could happen. And if it does happen, then there is a way in how obviously I plan to navigate all of that, right? So first things first, what I think price is going to do is, I think price is going to do something like this, right? Then come here, then break down. That is what I think. Because then it will give us a double top right here, and then it will break down upon this zone right here, in my opinion. Right? That's what I think is going to happen. Now, does it mean this is 100% going to take place? No, it does not. No, it absolutely does not, right? So it's super important. That's why I always recommend you guys always do your homework, always double check the work, make sure you're hitting up these books that show you how to do these things. It's well worth it. All right, so that's why I always recommend that. But this is what I think for now. So this is what I think the moves could actually be. Let me just change this around a little, add a little flair to it. Right, so this is what I think price could do. So, but however, price does not necessarily have to do that. So what are the other scenarios? How could I basically navigate this spot? Because like I said earlier, I'm a bias towards sales just based on what I'm currently seeing, and especially when I go into a higher time frame, I have to be biased towards sales. So taking buys are more of a riskier trade for me, supposing to taking sales currently at the moment. So one of the key indicators for me right now in regards to taking a sell in the coming days, right, is if I see price come back to this zone again and test this level, this zone, and then push back down again, then it will make it worth me to join it and then possibly set a TP around this level somewhere, right, for just a few little pips here and there, and just jump out and then see if it continues on its journey downwards. And if it does, I would then look for an area of consolidation, right, and then I would then aim to join that again. That will be my thinking in terms of how I would want to navigate market, well, the NAS100 essentially, right? So if it comes down to the zone, it doesn't push up, but so it doesn't push up to this level over here, but it does come to this zone and then breaks down, then I would want to take that sell, in my opinion, right? If it breaks all the way up here, okay, I will do nothing. I will let it go up and let it come down, and if it's going to push down further, it will start consolidating somewhere, and then I will then take that move and ride it downwards, right? Now, the best move for me possibly would be when price enters this zone. So when price enters this zone over here and does not break above this and starts retracing down, then there are two possible areas I could then use to join the market again. So first is let it fall down to this level approximately, okay, and then it may push up, right? Reason why I say this level is because this too is another zone where price would want to do a pullback from, right? So if I draw from this level over here and cover it, we can see that this zone, so if price from where it is right now, okay, because this right now is in the area of ambiguity, it could actually break down from this level and fly all the way down. There is nothing stopping it from doing that because it has produced a lower low. But for me right now, I wouldn't want to take this because I'm basically taking a trade in no man's land, essentially. So what I would want to do is either I get this deal, which I'll be happy with, okay, even this deal would even work for me because essentially what it would have produced is a head and shoulders over here, right? So say for example, price as it is right now comes to this zone, rejects this level, and then begins to push down. I will assume at that point, at that moment, that price is coming all the way down. That price is coming all the way down, okay? And this area over here would give us a head and shoulders. So just to make it a little bit clear for you guys what I'm talking about, so it will look something like this. So that would be the head, and these two would be the shoulders, and that's it. So we will have it in this zone right here, okay, if price was to do that. So that is scenario number one. Scenario number one, head and shoulders between now and Friday, okay, and it breaks down this way, or between now and Thursday, right? It goes up and then it breaks down that way. That's one scenario. Second scenario is price pushes up to this zone, gives us a double top, and then begins to break down. It may possibly pull back to this zone right here. So it may pull back to this zone over here, and then break down. So then it will give us a double head and shoulders, and then break down. So that is scenario number 2. Scenario number 3 is it breaks all the way through and it goes to the top of the trend line, right? Then we then need to decide what we're going to do. And then it comes down to this level right here, okay? Which is, let me just see if there's anything here. Yes, there is something there. Okay. So scenario number 3, I think, right? I'm not sure. Okay, so scenario number 3, right? Price comes down to this zone. Test this zone, and this zone has been visited a few times. So where is my thingamajig? Let's start out. So as we can see, price has visited this area a few times. So that's it here. We have it again here, right? And then we have it again here, and then we have it again here, right? So price is playing around in this zone a fair bit, okay? So scenario number 3 is it does what it's doing. So it pushes all the way up, it goes to the top side, right? And then it comes all the way back down into this zone again, right? And then possibly pushes up to this level in correspondence with this zone over here, because that's where we derive the zones from. It actually goes back further, believe it or not. It actually goes around here somewhere. No, it goes all the way here. So this is as far as this zone right here goes. So, but we don't want to make it too messy, so we just keep it nice and simple, nice and light. So this zone over here, if price then does that over here, then I would naturally assume that it is going to break down to produce a new lower low, right? And the point that we're looking at over here is literally the lowest point of the NAS right now since it started its downtrend, right? So this is the lowest point, and then it will give us that low point, in my opinion, right? So that's what I think could potentially happen. So that is scenario number 3. There is another scenario 4, but I talked about that quite early on, but I will recap on that. So scenario 4 is it comes all the way up here, right? It comes all the way up here, and then one of these zones, but the most likeliest zone for it to break down from, if it goes all the way up here, would be this zone right here. So this will be the area that it will most likely break from, should it make its way up here, in my opinion, right? So that's what I think in regards to what price is going to do in the coming days and possibly week or two, right? Now, once again, it's super important that you guys, whatever I tell you in my videos, you take it with a pinch of salt, and most importantly, you do your own research to back it up. What I said, to make sure that everything I'm saying is accurate, makes sense, and that it's going to work in your favor. All right, so I always encourage you guys to do that, because once again, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. This is just how I plan to navigate the markets. I'm just sharing my thoughts with you. All right, so with all of that covered, my beautiful people from all across the globe, I want to thank you for coming over, sharing your energy with me to watch another episode of NAS100 Analysis. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hopefully, I'll be doing another one tomorrow, but if not, I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be very, very soon. So for now, this is Pips and Points signing out.